Got a penalty flag down.
Skip pass sets up Gabord, and it's time to pluck a chicken.
Walden.
Score another one here. Right on cue, he goes upstairs.
Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score.
Up top, Druin. He wants a shot,
And he's got it! Wow!
But a good one-handed scoop up.
Roy, and then he lights the lamp. Lowers that left shoulder and fires up the Cougar fans. Look at this!
Nice play.
Fake shot by Drunzik, and then he drills it on his way to the ground.
Chase. Extra feed.
Shot, score, game over. Bouvier upstairs. He atones.
Redemption.
35 seconds. Rollins is open. The bouncing shot is going to win the game for Portsmouth.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. It's the Bishop Guertin Cardinals and the Bedford Bulldogs. Perhaps the top two programs and two title contenders in Division I. Of course, the Cardinals, under now second-year head coach Brian Cameron, the defending state champion. They've won 5 straight. They have not lost to an in-state opponent since the 2019 state championship game, and are looking perhaps for their 80th straight against a New Hampshire opponent this afternoon. Bedford, meanwhile, they've got one of the top scoring duos in the division. That's, of course, senior attack Bennett Matthews, a Duke commit who has started off the season with a bang, and then junior Bryce Durso has looked good, especially as of late. 6 goals last week in that victory over Exeter. So Bishop Guertin and Bedford here on a warm early May evening here in week number 4.
Major game here in New Hampshire. You know, this is one of those points. You're a third of the way through the season. Teams have lost. These really good teams here have lost out-of-state teams, which was something of a measuring stick. You know, you got the Hingham loss for Bedford and St. John's Prep, a loss for Bishop Guertin, and and Lincoln Sudbury just recently 12-10. Right. They went down there, but this will answer a lot of questions. Who is feeling right? Bedford has people banged up, and that's not good. I think Bishop Guertin's healthy, but this is going to answer a lot of questions. Both teams are physical, they're fast, they're athletic, they're extremely well coached, and they're dedicated athletes. I think arguably the game of the season so far here in New Hampshire, Nick.
Yeah, both teams once again in the top 3 in the New Hampshire High School Sports.com coaches/media poll. BG, they've been number 1, as we mentioned, for a while. 6-2 overall, 5-0 against in-state opponents. Bedford, right now, technically tied atop the division at 8-1, along with Pinkerton. They are 7-0 against NHI AA opponents. All right, Rich, what do we watch for here? I know you've got a number of keys for us here tonight, but what are the top priorities really for both teams?
Well, and you'd have seen them both already. We saw a face-off display last week by Riccio for Bedford, where he won, I think, 21 out of 25. You've got a young guy, a first-year player for BG, in the form of Hugh Rorick, great lacrosse DNA. He is a scrapper. He's diligent, but he's going against Riccio, who is a total stud. I think he's winning about 84% of his face-offs on the season. That's matchup 1. You've got goaltending matchup staring me right in the face. You've got an awesome goalie in Kahn for Bedford. We saw him last week. He has incredible quick reactions. And then, Jonah Feliciano, who made himself over the course of last year and is playing at a high level this year. That said, BG, they're awesome wing-to-wing passers, beautiful passing, big outside shooting. If Bedford goes into any kind of 3-3 or pack-in defense, it's going to be interesting to see how BG reacts to that. My guess is Cameron knows his stuff. They're prepared.
Yeah, we've got really great matchups all over the field, as you mentioned, at X, 2 of the best goaltenders going head-to-head, and, of course, two of the best head coaches in the Granite State, and Steve Gaudreau, longtime veteran for Bedford, and, of course, Brian Cameron who is assisted by his father, the great Chris Cameron, once again this season.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, 85 degrees here in Nashua, maybe even warmer on that turf field. We're going to get things going at the top of the hour. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The Tomahawks prepare players to compete at the highest level, providing access to the best regional and national tournaments for maximum exposure. More than 1,000 alumni have gone on to compete at the collegiate level, including the ACC, Big Ten, Big East, Ivy, Patriot, NESCAC, NE10, and more. At the New Hampshire Tomahawks, players train with the same coaches and teammates, building elite skill, chemistry, leadership, and confidence. Every session combines high-level, position-specific instruction for all positions. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18 with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18, spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Well, there it is, the national anthem here at Stello Stadium in Nashua as we get set
for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, Nick Anastas and Rich McDonough. Big game in Division I. All eyes across the state are on this one here. Week number 4, Bedford hoping to stop BG's in-state winning streak, which we understand is somewhere in the 70s. Correct, Rich?
That is correct. And our good friend Tom King, who's been a broadcast partner of mine over and again, we call him TKpedia, 99.9% correct. But that was his report, and he knows pretty darn well.
Perhaps 79 straight. They have not lost since 2019. Bedford, ready to rumble. Here on the road, they're in their road blacks with the red lettering and white trim. BG in their home yellows, white numbers and letters. And the green sleeves and shorts. 3 officials tonight as well. That's when you can tell that it's a big game that includes the veteran Peter Burkhart. Starters meeting at midfield. Crowd continuing to filter in here. It's a hot one in early May. 85 degrees as we approach game time. By the way, joining field judge Peter Burkhart are the veterans, referee Mike Toth and the umpire Howard Bethke.
We're in good hands tonight, that's for sure. And I'm a card-carrying official, Nick. You know that, which makes me a lunatic.
And, Rich, of course, we know that the turf here at Stello Stadium sometimes can run hot.
It can run very hot. I've coached here a bunch of times. I played club ball as well. And as those shadows lengthen coming off that Nashua River, it'll cool off. But I was down there myself putting up our sign tonight, and it is warm, to say the least.
All right, face off one of your keys, and we are underway here in the Gate City. Ground ball scooped up, absorbing the hit there is Bishop Guertin senior J.P. Dunsmore, who crosses the 50s, got the clear. Now trying to create some space here on the near wing as BG sets up on their initial possession.
And that's a good initial face-off. Part of my face-off analysis for BG, sure, you've got Riccio, who's a great clamper and winner, but if you can get some good wing play, get a goose out to either wing, and create some opportunities for a great runner like Dunsmore, you're in good shape.
Meanwhile, Jack Redfern working up top one-on-one against the long pole junior Cam Santos for Bedford. Near side it swung. Hunter Schmidt with a touch, and around the horn it goes.
And Schmitty and the Redfern boys, that's a terrific line. Good left here.
Shot and score. Great one-on-one move. It's Owen King, the veteran senior, one of the captains, striking first here in the opening minute. BG out in front 1-0.
Well, that's why he's going to D1 Lemoyne. Owen King can sling it with that left. Once he elevates and gets north of goal line extended, GLE, you'll hear us say all night long, he is diabolical. And as a goalie, very hard to read when he's going away from the cage.
Able to beat Ethan Kahn low there to put the Cardinals in front here 1-0, just 48 seconds into the contest. Bishop Guertin able to win the game's opening face-off. And the Cardinals crowd hoping the home team can ride the momentum here, and they see what they like to see. That's a straight-up win. Pass to the right, extra feed, and ultimately this one ends up wide, and a good play by Bedford's Kahn comes out of the cage to ensure the possession.
And he saw that. I mean, it was right off the transition there out of the face-off, so he was the last man right there, and he exited that goal crease rapidly, and consequently he was the closest man to the ball when it crossed the end line. Nice read.
Now the Bulldogs look to deal with this Cardinal ride. They do get it across midfield, but it's intercepted on the far sideline.
That was a beautiful jump, just like a kind of safety or a cornerback.
The long pole, Andre Steinbruick, the heads-up play from the junior. Meanwhile, a shot here ends up again about a foot wide of the cage, but BG backs it up this time and will keep it at this end. Cardinals in front 1-0, just 90 seconds in. And BG looking for a second goal. That home bench has been vocal here early.
Well, that's that's good coaching right there. Everybody on cue barks out the play. There's no questions from your offense, and you don't wear out your voice as a coach.
Meanwhile, a whistle away from the ball here, and now a late flag is thrown.
Yeah, I think you got interference and then some back talk after the flag flew. Interesting.
Both head coaches. Got to delay a game here. It's going to be a 30-second Bishop Guertin penalty. It's against the senior Drew Redfern.
Yeah, my guess is that out of frustration he threw the ball the opposite direction, and didn't allow the official to get the ball set and into play, which is what you're supposed to do.
Coach Cameron not pleased.
No, I wouldn't be either. I coach forever, as you know. And, yeah, you can't say teenage boys, but still, we got to keep our game integrity going.
Typically more of the two disciplined teams statewide. So BG, an early lead, but an early penalty, as Bedford with a short EMO here, nearly 2 minutes in. Opportunity for the Bulldogs to tie.
30-second penalty, so they'll get into it quickly here. There's a fake ball. We saw that last week.
This one ends up on the ground. Matthews still in the mix for Bedford, trying to slap at it. Ball ends up rolling towards the near sideline, goes out of bounds in front of the BG bench.
And I got to tell you, that was beautiful stick work by Tyler McLeod out there. You know, terrific player, has been since day one.
Matthews fakes the shot and then lets it rip. Goes upstairs to tie the game. That's got the Bedford sideline fired up as the Bulldogs cash in on the EMO to tie the score.
Matthews, when he gets those hands free and away from his body with a bit of room to move and step in, look at the pace on this release here. He does a little hitch. Once he receives the ball, there's that hitch and go. He keeps his hands away from his defender, uses his own body as a shield, and bang, zoom, back of the net.
So 1-1. Bedford looking to win their first face-off. Riccio has got the freshman pinned down, gets help from the wing, and ultimately it's Santos who is there for the boys in black. The Bulldog Jr. across midfield, but double-teamed and stripped. Good defensive play by the senior, one of the co-captains, Hunter Dwaney. Ends up with it for BG, but that one coughed away and ends up out of play, turned back over to Bedford.
Yeah, and one of my other keys, you know, we went with the main ones here, Nick, at the beginning. Ball security for both teams. The unforced errors could play a big role tonight.
Here's another pass that ends up on the turf, but a good spin move by Drew Clark, the freshman for Bedford, is going to ensure the Bulldog possession. Now the visitors looking to take their first lead here with the game tied at 1. 3 minutes in, first quarter. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Two of the premier programs. BG, the 5-time Division I defending champion. Bedford looking for an upstart play from the freshman Dax Bakar. That shot sent back by Feliciano, and the ground ball goes to Steinbrueck.
That was a terrific 5-hole read by Jonah in there. Great reaction, jammed his blade. Now you got numbers. Now, good closeout by Bedford to recover.
Cardinals will slow it down. Coach Cameron going to shuffle the cards here. There's Drew Redfern, the senior. Picked up the penalty a moment ago, trots onto the field. This one taken in overhead by Schmidt. Gives way near side as Sean McGarry is going to survey. The senior ultimately gives it up, and now we got a one-on-one here up top. Coming downhill, this is the Penn State commit. Cam Hayden, the senior, is going to fire low and score. Able to beat Con 5-hole, and BG goes back out in front 2-1.
What a release. As he went down that, he hit the wing, but he was going down the slot. Pretty outside, though, and he got those hands up. And let me see the change of planes here. Yeah, went high to low, tough, even for the fast reactions of Kahn. Wonderful shot.
So Hayden unassisted. Puts Bishop Guertin back out in front 2-1 here. Fast start just 4 minutes in Nashua. This one goes through the legs of Dunsmore and out of play.
So another face-off win, no ground ball.
Yeah, they're gonna give this to Bedford.
He pointed the other way initially. Okay, so
Bedford set for the restart here along the near sideline. That's the freshman Bakar. And he hears it from the BG crowd. There's a standing student section behind the home sideline as well. Big crowd on hand as expected on a gorgeous May night. Matthews is double teamed. That ball on the carpet. It's picked up by Bishop Guertin.
That was a fantastic double team. He got his back turned, and then you had a helper coming in from the backside, and then that led to a hanging stick. And then BG is lights out when that had just chopping it free, getting into the turf, and then another ground ball. They got 6 already.
It's the senior Tyler McLeod who reeled in the last one. Cardinals get the clear, but again, we have a whistle away from the ball.
I think Yeah, substitution error.
So another turnover. And Bedford again in the hunt trying to tie the score.
Well, as always, you've done a number of games here, so have I. The glare when the sun, it's tough to read.
Yeah, sundown can be tricky, both in the spring and the fall here at Stello Stadium. Up top, the junior, Bryce Durso, off the switch, Matthews, jab step, going to body the defender, spin to his left, fire low and wide as it ends up out of play.
And great, more help by Tyler McLeod. He's going to UMBC down at my old Maryland stomping grounds, going to join Paolo Vasquez, his old teammate down there.
Good program.
The Retrievers always have been.
Well, Durso with room to operate, flicks it up top, but now Matthews again is going to draw a slide.
Excellent defense.
Durso trying to keep his balance, lost the ball, and now it's up for grabs on the far sideline. And again, swooping it up in motion is the long pole. I think that's McLeod.
Hard to read with
no,
these.
No, not McLeod. That was
might have been Steinbrook. Hard to read these white numerals on the light gold.
Especially while battling the sun. That
elements.
Was actually Elijah Zeman, the junior defender. That makes sense.
That was a good ground ball, and he can motor for a big man, huh?
But how about Bedford quickly turning the tables? Yep. They come with a long pole of their own. That's the coach's son, Paul Gaudreau. He hears the whistle, and his father just called a timeout from the Bedford sideline. We hit the midway point first quarter. Cardinals out in front 2-1. Our broadcast tonight, it's brought to you by the New Hampshire Tomahawks Showcase and Development for College Lacrosse. Find out more at nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By Beals Insurance. Locations now in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Come join us to build something great. Planning, architecture, and construction management. Proud sponsors of their trades scholarship program as well. Apply now at JewettConstruction.com. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, the 5-time defending Division I champions. Bishop Guertin looking for their 80th straight against an in-state opponent, a streak that dates back to 2019. Bedford, meanwhile, a win on the road would not only allow them to slay the dragon, so to speak, but stay atop the Division I standings and improve to 9-1.
Yeah, important because they're down a few guys. You know, you got John Purnell hurt, Teddy LaPointe, who's a sophomore, is on the watch list for LSM, and then, of course, Brody Helton is out. And if you can notch a W, missing 3 of your stars, that is an impact statement right there.
Bedford hoping to get Helton back before the end of the regular season. That would be the ideal situation for the senior, who is a Rutgers commit. Meanwhile, Dakar, shot on goal, sent back again by Feliciano, and Bishop Guertin hoping to run the other way, but that elusive ground ball ends back up with Bedford. Yeah, long pass in front, ends up wide of the cage and out of play. It's Cardinal possession.
I want to give him a save, but because goalie to goalie, Nick, but I think Zeman ate that one inside.
Did he really?
Yeah, right out in front.
I don't think I've seen that where the benefit of the doubt does not go to the goaltender, Rich.
I'm an honest man on that front. You know, if it's a guess, I'll give it to him.
Meanwhile, Cardinals take their time on the clear. They get it done on the far sideline and now look to extend their lead here as we approach 5 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Sun setting here in Nashua. The lights are on, but not yet necessary as the shadows continue to stretch.
Elegantly described, Nick.
That's a picturesque scene for
gorgeous,
sure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Redfern, you give it off right side for Duaney. Now Schmidt with a shot. A bouncer is backed up. Far side slot, shot fake, and then Hayden is going to cash in for the second time. Cam Hayden rings the bell. That one from deep. That one amuses the bench as well. 3-1, Cardinals in front.
Well, I'll tell you, Brady Dumont wore number 6 for a long time here. He's playing at Villanova now, as we all know, and he had that rifle shot. There was one Wearing the new number 6.
Yeah.
Cam Hayden can let it rip.
Hayden, one of the
Penn Stater.
Yep, one of the really household names amongst NHIAA circles. Been a standout for BG for a long time and has kicked off the senior season perhaps better than ever. He's got 2 goals here in this first quarter. Another Cardinal win at the X. As BG has ridden the momentum at the face-off, in the face-off department. However, this one is knocked down. And now on the far wing, the ground ball battle goes to Bedford. That's Trevor Abendroth, the senior defender, able to get to it.
Yeah, way to eat that one up inside, just like Zeman did on the back end. It fires up your team, Nick. It stings, but you got to take it.
Meanwhile, Gaudreau able to reach out and receive. Hooks up with Durso. Now Bakar goes back to Durso, took his eye off it. Ends up on the carpet, and BG's coming right to left.
And McLeod got a piece of that stick from behind.
Long outlet pass. It's going to spring one of the Red Ferns. Wow. It ends up with Hayden, and the ball ends up in the cage. A swooping shot there from a tough angle. Hat trick in the first quarter for number 6 as Cam Hayden extends the lead to 4-1 Bishop Guertin.
Well, look where he catches it. He catches it loaded, he's ready to shoot, and then he pivots. He gets those hips turned, and just like a boxer or, a jabber, anybody like that, use that hip, and it accelerates that stick through the motion. Beautiful turn, and that is countless reps in the backyard, Nick.
You see the placement over the right shoulder of the goaltender, Kahn. 3 in a row for Bishop Guertin, 3 straight for Cam Hayden. And now 3 straight at the face-off X as well for Bishop Guertin.
And they're up to double digits in ground balls by my count, which is unofficial, of course.
Closing in on 3 minutes to play, opening quarter. Cardinals keeping the foot on the gas here late in the period, out in front 4-1. Bedford trying to rally back. You see a lot of heads on the swivel there as the communication is strong with the Bulldogs. This one from behind the net, sent out to the wing. Now calling for it up top is Cooper Paquette, the junior. Paquette fakes left, goes back right, and here's Hayden. He's dangerous. Wants a screen, fakes a pass, back pedals, looking, firing, and this one ends up on the ground, just outside the crease. Sent back by Kahn, ground ball behind the cage. Gaudreau throws a shoulder. Now a pile up near the line, and Cardinals are going to get to it. We get a whistle, and we get a timeout from Coach Cameron.
That's a good ground ball by Canaway as he was getting mugged by 2 Bedford Bulldogs right there in traffic. Good timeout. Let's talk about it, and let's keep possession.
Well, let's talk about it. Fast start for Bishop Guertin. Bedford up against the wall here a little bit, still early in the game, but 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. What is Coach Gaudreau saying to the Bulldogs?
We got to win more face-offs. We're getting outgunned 4-2 so far. The ground balls are lopsided right now, so that's a hustle and heart thing. And it's also a numbers game. BG has wave after wave after wave of runners. But I think what they need to do is just take a deep community breath right there. Use their timeout as your timeout. Let's understand, our goalie just made a save. I will just say that. Sometimes you don't get that first save until deep in the first quarter, and you get relieved. You're back in your game. And it was a tough save and a good save, and I think that'll help him in the cage. Kahn's a good goalie. We saw it.
Well, speaking of Bedford and Bishop Guertin, we get the girls' version tomorrow night. 5:30 in Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. As usual, those 2 programs are in the hunt as we approach mid-season, so make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well if you have not done so already. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media, and on the air tomorrow night in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We welcome Kristen Cameron back into the booth.
She's fantastic.
Making her season debut.
Yeah, terrific mind, Northwestern player, All-American. And I've called a bunch of Bedford and BG girls games. It's top shelf.
All right. We are set to resume coming out of the Cardinal timeout. Bishop Guertin in possession. They've scored 3 in a row. Looking to extend the lead to 4 here inside of 3 minutes first quarter. Good cutter. Shot and score. And it's that easy as the feed comes from the wing to the doorstep. Sean McGarry able to deliver his first goal here tonight. 5-1 Cardinals.
Well, and he's a future Bentley Falcon. They've been ranked all year in D2, and they're excellent. And he's quick. I got to coach him when he was little, and I saw the talent then. Wow, and he took a hard check to the ribs and still got rid of that. What a goal.
The senior able to absorb the hit and then beat Conn just outside the crease to make it 5-1. Cardinals have scored 4 unanswered. Bedford in need of a face-off win, and we've got a pig pile before Riccio
There we go. He needed that badly.
comes out of the crowd with the ball, so Bedford gets it. And first time the Bulldog attack has been in operation here in a while. Meanwhile, freshman is open, and the freshman is going to score. That's Dax Bakar. Breakdown there defensively, it looked like, by Bishop Guertin, allows the youngster to light the lamp. 5-2 is the Cardinal lead.
And we saw his footwork the other night as a ninth grader. Heck of a player. Yeah, total breakdown, lack of communication, nobody home on the backside. Great recognition by Bedford to pick it up and just stuff it home.
So Bakar, who played well last week when we saw the Bulldogs in Exeter. Freshman made a name for himself in that victory over the Blue Hawks. So 5-2, Bakar gets on the board. That ends Bishop Guertin's run at 4 straight.
And it started with that excellent face-off win and ground ball by Riccio. And they needed to, he's got to do it again. Wow.
Not going to happen. Quick shot, out of play.
It's a long run in first quarter, don't you think, Nick?
A lot of action here. 7 total goals,
Yeah.
including 1 penalty.
There's Hudson Schmidt. He's D1 bound.
Shot upstairs. Conn sees it this time.
And there you go. You got another one. Even if it was high to high or what have you, get it. Makes you feel good.
His second straight stop, and now the senior is going to venture out of the cage. Going to fire a long pass, which is caught across midfield by Jacoby DeJesus, the junior, but he's in trouble. And again, it's McLeod, a wrecking ball here defensively, who comes up with another ground ball for the home team.
And McLeod just never gives up. He just never gives up. He's always in the play, and he wants to be in the play. He believes he's going to have that shot for a strip check.
Meanwhile, Bakar able to knock down the pass, but Redfern boxes him out on the far sideline and controls for Bishop Guertin.
Great story. Hudson Schmidt's brother plays for Rhodes College. They're at Riviera tomorrow in the NCAA D3 tourney.
A bit of a homecoming for the former Cardinal.
Amen to that.
Meanwhile, we're down to the final minute here of the first quarter. We get another shot, and that one goes off the pole. Ricochets out of bounds. Good hustle both ways. But it's a foot race that's won by Hayden. As the senior's limping a little bit here,
Yeah,
Rich.
that
He's
hit
gonna,
Conn in the shin, I think.
Well, it's Hayden who got the worst of it, and you can see he's trying to shake it off as he runs back to the home sideline.
Yeah, he got a piece there. I've had that happen. Right on the shin bone, no pads, 90 miles an hour.
So now 3 straight stops for Conn.
Yeah, important.
And we'll keep an eye on Cam Hayden, who is the game's leading goal scorer with 3. Cardinals hoping to do it without their star on this possession. Final 45 seconds. Another shot, another stop.
That was a good read, mid to low, and he kept his eyes on it all the way. He's got 4 saves now after going 0 for 4 to start.
Bedford in transition. Durso down the middle, and that pass left on the ground. Drew Pascalis, the freshman, took his eye off it. It ends up with the Cardinals. Somehow surviving an assault there was Thomas Clancy, the sophomore, surrounded by Bulldogs. Feliciano going to help him out on the clear. BG working out of their own end. Final 15 seconds first quarter.
So they got to leg it. All right, there you go.
Steinbruick trying to keep his balance. Bounces off Santos. Comes back middle inside of 10 seconds. Steinbruick still with it. Going to flip it over to King. Got to hurry. We get a whistle. And what do we have here? Another turnover?
I think failure to advance. They might not have gotten it in time into the offensive zone inside the restraining line.
Yeah, that is the call. Comes with 2 seconds. Long pass, trying to find Matthews, ends up out of bounds. That'll do it. First quarter in the books. The BG Cardinals, led by Cam Hayden, out in front of Bedford 5-2. Bulldogs look to respond when we come back. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18, spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Bishop Guertin out in front of Bedford 5-2 as we begin the second quarter here in Nashua. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, and I can ask this Rich McDonough with you. Bishop Guertin, the 5-time defending Division I champions, looking for their 80th straight against an in-state opponent, a win streak that goes back to 2019. And Cam Hayden, the senior who is Penn State bound, got his team off to a good start in that first quarter with a hat trick.
Yeah, anytime you get a hattie in one, you're feeling pretty good. But as Coach Mack and every other lacrosse coach always says, ground balls wins games, and it was 15-6 BG in that first quarter. That is phenomenal.
Cardinals also enjoyed the advantage at the face-off X 4-3. Bishop Guertin struck first minute. Senior Owen King made it 1-0. Cardinals committed a penalty, and that allowed Bedford to cash in. Bennett Matthews with an EMO goal. Then BG got hot behind Hayden. 3 goals in a little more than 2 minutes. Sean McGarry added a fourth unanswered before Bedford's Dax Bakar made it 5-2 late in the quarter. So we begin the second. Cardinals win another faceoff. And after switching ends, they get a tough angle shot here. Goal line extended from Jack Redfern, which flies out of bounds.
I think Kahn might have gotten a little piece of that.
Kahn got hot late in that quarter, 4 saves unofficially.
And they're going to need him to stand on his head. There's a flag.
Yep. Flies high in the sky on the far side. It's against Bedford. Cardinals play on. We get a step-down shot and a score. McGarry's going to light the lamp for the second time. That one had some sizzle.
Oh.
And it's now 6-2 BG.
Yeah, when he gets that midpoint to low release, and he's just got the beautiful torque. Practiced that 1,000 times. Yeah, midpoint. Look at that. Near side, too. Holy cow. That thing was moving, Nick. You got that right.
So 2 straight for Bishop Guertin. No, they had the 4-0 run before Bedford had an answer. Now to begin the second quarter, McGarry gets his second. Meanwhile, we've got a stalemate here. A wrestling match, round and round they go. Ball finally pops out, and here come the Cardinals. McLeod down the middle, bouncer, ends up wide.
Boy, BG is high octane and moving on all cylinders tonight. This is a display. And look, you're looking at Riccio, who's one of the best face-off guys in the state or New England, and he's, a freshman's taking him to the house.
Right now the Cardinals behind Hugh Rourke, getting it done at the X, doubling up Bedford 6-3 there, unofficially, of course. Minute gone by, second quarter. See another shot go wide. Cardinals will restart out of the far corner. Bishop Guertin looking for their 7th win. 6-2. Both losses, of course, were against out-of-state powerhouses. Bedford at 8-1 overall, tied with Pinkerton atop the standings. Meanwhile, another tough angle shot and score. That's Redfern, Jack Redfern, the youngster, the sophomore, showing off the skills there. 7-2 Cardinals.
Love his game, and obviously the Redfern boys, at midfield know each other pretty darn well. But look at that. He just steps away from his defender, gets airborne, little jump shot, which gets your hands free, and then a little bit of a high-low move. Great, beautiful lacrosse right there.
Able to shake off the defender, Abendroth, and then beat Kahn. As Bishop Guertin on top of things here, Rich. The opening minutes, we saw a couple of unforced errors both ways, but, well, I guess both squads have kind of settled into the game here at this point.
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, big nerves. There's another win and another ground ball, and there's Dunsmore. Great runners in their family.
He's triple team, though. His pass, too long, but backed up by McGarry. And the Cardinals do end up with the clear as McGarry comes to a crawl.
I mean, they run so hard. They're always in the play. It feels like you're playing 12 on 10 sometimes.
Well, Bishop Guertin, they've been the standard for the last really 2 decades, as we know. Coach Cameron came in, won a championship almost right away in 2005, ended up retiring as head coach after winning number 13, hands it over last year to his son Brian, the alumni, the former UNC and Rutgers star. And, well, it's a seamless transition as BG wins it again. So 5 in a row, looking for 6 this spring. And right now, a little tic-tac-toe ends up wide, though.
Yeah, but what a play. I mean, you're getting people loose. They're getting away from the defender, and Bedford is just not seeing it.
Here's Redfern. Shortly after the restart, pulls the trigger. Tough angle. Backed up behind the cage by Ryan Baker, the senior. 2.5 gone by, second quarter. Bishop Guertin with a comfortable 7-2 lead. Threatening to add to it here as McGarry directs traffic. Up top for Paquette. Back to McGarry.
Yeah, this is important to get this line going, this midi line. Get some experience, build your depth as you get deeper into the season. Big cut.
And a big save as Kahn is able to wave the wand there low. He's got a handful of stops here in this first half. Now Bedford trying to deal with the Cardinal ride. Bakar, the freshman, trying to swim upstream, pushed over the midfield line. Still lowering his shoulder. Double team now, and he gets a timeout from Coach Gaudreau.
That's a decent timeout. Reward him, bail him out. Important possession. Go to a timeout, come back with the rock.
Certainly the Cardinals, though, fired up. Approving of the effort there from the ride, making it tough for Bedford, despite the fact that they didn't come up with the turnover.
And that's all right, but look, bull dodging, 101 on display right there as we went up the near sideline. But again, a good timeout. That guy was working so hard. But yeah, BG, was that a frenetic, just relentless ride? I mean, it's probably one of the best rides we've seen of the year. When we saw Exeter do a good job the other day against Bedford, and this, athletes all over the field here, especially 4 short stick midfielders here for BG. That is a luxury.
Well, you mentioned the Bedford-Exeter game. That was one of our better contests really so far. It was a competitive game. That game is still up on our YouTube channel under the video section. Of course, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Hit the like and subscribe button. We're in action tomorrow on the girls' side. It's Bedford and Bishop Guertin. This one at Bulldog Stadium beginning at 5:30. 2 of the premier Division I programs on the girls' side, Cardinals and Bulldogs. Here on the boys' side, BG has played with the lead most of the way, Rich, right now out in front 7-2. That's their largest lead to date.
Yeah, we haven't been tied since it was 1-1. But, I mean, it's a lopsided time of possession. Starts with the face-off, which is, my goodness, Hugh Rourke is doing a magnificent job. And there's a save for Jonah Feliciano. He needed that. He hasn't had one in a while.
His second stop sparks a quick transition break, and Owen King is going to slam the door. Another bullet from the near side as King goes upstairs. His second goal makes it 8-2.
Once Owen King shakes loose, all bets are off.
Yeah, King, he's been a big part of this program the last several years. Always steps up in big games. And
you saw that beautiful rising save by Jonah.
And then a good outlet pass as well to spark the break. McLeod hooks up with King, and there's the step down.
And you see what McLeod did? He looked left the whole way, knowing his big lefty was on his right. Wide open, picked the lock. Great job. Here's a good win. So far, initial win,
Reggio needed it, trying to hang on. Ball ends up on the ground, rolls near side. It's scooped up on the move by the Fogo, Hugh Rourke. Freshman making plays everywhere. Long pass, BG with numbers. McLeod, big swooping step down, and the bouncer is swallowed up by Kahn. Half a dozen stops now for the Bedford senior. His bouncing outlet pass, though, gets away from Santos, and Dunsmore comes the other way again for the Cardinals.
And there's the ball security we were discussing.
Dunsmore runs out of options, backpedals out of trouble, and the Cardinals are going to set up the attack here with 4 minutes gone by second quarter.
Layer after layer of players, I keep saying, but layer after layer of great runners, short stick D, and the Dunsmore family and All-Americans. It's incredible. It's like they have a cookie cutter over there.
Big lacrosse family, as we know.
And my neighbors.
Meanwhile, King will flip this one. 2 players behind the cage now. Drew Redfern with it. Cycled back up top, coming downhill. This is Finn Murphy, the sophomore. We get a whistle. We hear from the official, Pete Burkhart. Field judge tonight on this 3-man crew.
I'm going to slash.
Yeah, no argument either from the junior Cam Santos, who heads to the box for Bedford. So the long pole junior is down on his right knee. First Bedford penalty, first BG EMO. Cardinals already out in front with a big lead, looking for more. King up top, Redfern goes low, and Kahn was ready for that one.
He's got 9 saves now.
Meanwhile, this is Abendroth trying to do it himself, avoids the slide, hooks up with Gaudreau. The junior pole is going to lower that shoulder, trying to bring the fight to the defender, Hudson Schmidt. Ball ends up back across midfield, up for grabs still. In the hunt there is the pole to Jesus for Bedford, and now it's Matthews to the rescue for the Bulldogs.
That was a fantastic ride and aggressive by Huddy Schmidt right there. Just couldn't convert that by getting that ground ball. But still, great fight by the Cardinals. Good punch back by the Bulldogs.
Now here's Bennett Matthews, one-on-one, one of the country's best players. In fact, we saw him ranked as high as 3rd nationally. He's on his way to Duke, and he wants a one-on-one here behind the cage.
And he's a terrific dodger from X. So is Kobe Rubin. They just got to get their show going. That's all.
Matthews hits the gas, turns the corner, fires on the run. It's wide, not a play. Foot race, though, is won by his Bulldog teammate. It'll stay with Bedford. We're midway through the second quarter. BG has played with the lead out in front 8-2 here. Bedford has killed off the penalty. Meanwhile,
Duaney.
He runs out of room. Duaney, the defender.
Good look.
Long pass
nice job
taken off the bounce.
Miss, though. Owen King, he knows Chris Cameron's mentality.
Here is King. Going to fire. That one goes off the pole, up into the sky. Gaudreau looking up ahead, and then the trash is taken out. They're going to wave it off? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that fooled a few in the crowd. It fooled me as well. It ends up in the nylon. It's fished out by Kahn, and Bedford has it.
They used to call that a mom goal. That was an everybody goal right there. Great ride.
And again, the Cardinal crowd cheering on this ride. Bakar trying to find some space, goes left and gets it done. Hooks up with Matthews. Matthews with room. Finds a cutter, and then there's a big hit as De Jesus is laid out, and we get a flag.
That's going on Zeman, and it's a good call.
Big hit. It's a cleater there. As the junior Jacoby De Jesus paid the price. Things turning physical here in the second quarter. And Zeman trying to make a play to his right. The long pole a little too aggressive there. The junior commits Bishop Guertin's second penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of a hospital ball, though. You know, that pump fake allowed the time and space for the guy for Zeman to come on, run up. That said, you got to pull up. We talked about it earlier. You got to keep your game integrity, stay on the field, and things like that reverberate. And he's locked in. And that's a reasonable call. He was way up high. You can't hit him in the neck and the head area. As an official myself, Nick, it happens. He's a good kid. He didn't mean it, but it helps us govern the game. 2
minutes on the board. Lock penalty here, and a good opportunity for Bedford to try and chip away at this BG lead as we approach 5 minutes to go before halftime. All right, walk us through here. Rich, both ways. What are we looking for?
Well, you don't need to do it all at once.
Matthews is shut down by Feliciano.
You're not going to do it at all. I think it was a little early in the sequence, and it was a clean look.
Meanwhile, the outlet is finally scooped up on the Cardinal side of the 50. Another ground ball for Tyler McLeod, who's really putting together a strong first half.
And everybody, all the coaches on the BG sideline are saying, pump the brake, let's chew the clock right here.
Trying to kill this EMO, which is already 45 seconds old.
Well, I'll talk about strategy on the man up if they get the ball back.
Well, how about on the man down here for the Cardinals? You said kill clock, but what about for Bedford trying to get that ball back?
Well, you can't come out too much because these guys are so quick in the accurate passing and at speed. I mean, they're passing at 60 miles an hour. You can't catch up with that. So you risk opening up Pandora's box right now. Here comes the double.
And Santos is the slide. And a nifty move here by King comes around the corner. And misfires there on a tough angle.
And there's your risk. You send the double, and you got an acre of space on the backside. And King, with that lefty, he's as good as it gets in New Hampshire.
Down to 40 seconds on the Bedford EMO. Right side's Jack Redfern. Gonna leave his feet on the release there. Shot about 2 feet off, but again backed up in the far corner by the Cardinals.
It's remarkable. They're man down for 2 minutes, and they're still dangerous on offense.
They've taken this clock inside of 4 minutes until halftime. BG has played with the lead, threatening to score a short-handed goal here, perhaps. Trying to run out the final now 15 seconds of the penalty. McGarry trying to shake off the freshman Drew Clark. Going to bring Clark to the far side, and we are now back to even strength. 3:30 to go before the break.
Excellent display of penalty kill right there. And they get a hand. They deserve it.
They may have started with the early shot, right, as well, Rich?
Sure.
By Bedford at the other end?
Yeah, I think it was, like I said, a little too early in the sequence. I think you want to gather yourself, get good looks. And I was going to say, you don't want to do it all at once. If you get 2 goals in the locked-in 2 minutes, you've done well.
Meanwhile, McGarry, he's starting to put on a show here.
What a pump fake.
He's got a hat trick of his own. We saw Cam Hayden do that in the first quarter. Hayden hobbled in the final minute before the end of the first quarter. I don't believe, Rich, he's been back on the field since. McGarry has picked up the slack, and Bishop Guertin's lead continues to grow here, now 9-2 with just over 3 minutes remaining.
This little head fake, then he gets his shoulders around, little toe drag right there. You couldn't see that on the initial look. Beautiful goal by McGarry. And Riccio needs this one like oxygen.
Well, Rourke fell down. Riccio gets the win.
You'll take it any way you can get it.
Bedford trying to secure the possession here by getting it over to Matthews. Inside of 3 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime. Stats, highlights, analysis, full recap, and an out-of-town scoreboard as well. Big battle between Dover and Londonderry earlier. We'll get to that coming up at halftime.
Nick, you never cease to amaze. We're doing high school ball. You got an out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Oh, that's courtesy of the Wizard, our director, Ben Beals.
Many thanks.
He's got eyes and ears all over the state.
Love it.
Meanwhile, Durso flips it to his right. DeJesus knocked down again, and the Cardinals end up with the ball in the crease.
And that was clean. That time, it was Clancy, who's a good player, hit clean, just hit him right in the chest. It wasn't late.
And a quick clear the other way as well.
Yeah, nicely done.
So Dunsmore takes a look at the clock. 2 minutes left here. First half. Cardinals have played with the lead throughout. And once again, Coach Cameron going to shift a few things personnel-wise as the Cardinals begin the possession. Behind the net, Jack Redfern out front now for Schmidt. Schmidt wants to come downhill. Fakes right, goes left. Shouted by the defender Liam Shannon, the junior midi for Bedford.
And what I like is Jackson Warren's in at midi with the number ones. Somebody was dinged up this week, so he's going to get a chance. I coached him, HBU, great family, and I coach his brothers, and it's nice to see it. This gets you deeper.
Redfern out in front, shot and score.
That was Warren.
Pretty pass behind the cage, and it's Jackson Warren, the junior, who cashes in. 10-2, Bishop Guertin.
Boy, I got to send his parents a note and say, making Coach Mack look good right there, Nick. Look at his feed, though.
Right on time.
IQ, he mirrors the cutter, and that draws a defender toward the cutter and then opens up green space behind him. And see him mirror? He just tracks it, and he leaves himself open. You got to get crashed down from the backside.
Bishop Guertin has scored 4 unanswered. At one stretch during the first quarter, they've now scored 5 straight here in the second.
They needed that.
Bedford gets to it, but pass knocked down. Santos tried to go across the line. Ground ball once again goes to Tyler McLeod. Final minute, first half. It's been a half dominated by the defending champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals.
Well, you want to go into the second half of your season in mid-season form. They look on point, don't they, Nick?
They do. Again, a 6-2 overall record, 5-0 against in-state opponents. Bedford at the top of the Division I food chain technically at 8-1, tied with Pinkerton going into tonight.
And Pinkerton got first-place votes this week. They're having a good year.
That's right, 3 first-place votes. Of course, Bishop Guertin with 12 of the 15.
Nice shovel.
This one off the stick. Tommy Canaway trying to recover, but we do get a timeout. Okay, Coach Cameron.
Hey, why not?
Comes to the rescue there with a few inches to spare, securing the possession here for the final 11.5 seconds. Certainly time enough to drop a play, right?
Absolutely. With the accurate passing, and like we've been discussing, these guys pass at almost shooting speed. I mean, they're so quick. Their wrists are great. They're very disciplined. They look almost into their cross, right? So you're not looking at the net. They produce their own secure knowledge that they have the ball, and then they release so fast. It never dies in people's sticks, not in this offense.
That's always been the case, right?
Yeah.
When you look at these Bishop Guertin teams from the past, the ball just keeps moving and moving and moving quickly.
And I got to tell you, the first time I ever saw it face-to-face, we played out at Naval Academy when I was a punk, and I felt like I was in a pinball machine, and the passing speed was so precise, and the speed was remarkable. And, at that point in time, you got to up your game.
So, 11.5 seconds remaining. Bishop Guertin trying to add one more before the halftime break. Bedford's defense hoping to hold the door. Here comes King. Near side, one-on-one. Shakes left, goes right, spins back left, down a 5-second shot, knocked down, saved by Kahn.
Yeah, he knew it was coming all the way.
The goaltender is going to launch it down the middle of the field, and that will bring us to halftime. Bishop Guertin flexing their muscles here at home in week number 4. Big lead at halftime over Bedford by a score of 10-2. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The Tomahawks prepare players to compete at the highest level, providing access to the best regional and national tournaments for maximum exposure. More than 1,000 alumni have gone on to compete at the collegiate level, including the ACC, Big Ten, Big East, Ivy, Patriot, NESCAC, NE10, and more. At the New Hampshire Tomahawks, players train with the same coaches and teammates, building elite skill, chemistry, leadership, and confidence. Every session combines high-level, position-specific instruction for all positions. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18 and spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18 and spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
All right, back here for the start of the second half in Nashua. Big lead on the board for Bishop Guertin as they lead Bedford by a score of 10-2. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Bishop Guertin looking for their 80th straight win against a New Hampshire opponent this afternoon. They have not lost to an NHIAA foe since 2019. And they struck first early in this contest against Bedford, who came in with the division's best record at 8-1 overall. Owen King in the opening minute made it 1-0 home team. Early penalty. Bedford takes advantage. Bennett Matthews has the equalizer. EMO goal makes it 1-1. Cam Hayden then gets hot. The Penn State commit rattles off 3 straight as the senior extends the home team's lead to 4-1. Cardinals add another with Sean McGarry, 5-1 inside of 3 minutes first quarter. Dax Bakar ends the run for Bedford, the freshman, with his lone goal, 5-2 at the end of one. Then Bishop Guertin keeps Bedford off the board in that second quarter and posts 5 more despite the absence of Cam Hayden, who was shaken up late in that first quarter and did not return. McGarry adds a second. Sophomore Jack Redfern makes it 7-2. King second made it 8-2. McGarry's hat trick pushed the lead to 9-2, and then Jackson Warren add it all up. It's 10-2 as we begin this third quarter.
Well, starts at the dot. It's not impossible. 8 goals can be done, but you got to get the rock, and you don't right there. It's another win.
Hugh Rourke.
8-6. Rourke started out hot. I think it was 4-1 at one point in the face-off department, but it's 8-6. Riccio righted the ship.
So Bishop Guertin off the face-off win from Rourke. Set up on the attack once again. Unofficial numbers in goal. Big numbers for Ethan Kahn. The Bedford senior had 10 saves by our count, 3 on the other side for his counterpart, senior Jonah Feliciano. Meanwhile, Warren, nowhere to go. Backpedals up top. Far side wing off the Warren screen. We get a running shot that ends up wide out of the stick of Drew Redfern, the senior.
Well, I'll tell you, Jackson Warren is not a big guy, but he set a heck of a full-size screen right there.
A little one-on-one, and not sure if this was it was a good pass or not.
It was a good check. It was a shot. But good stick and a good hip right there by Frangillo.
Good hustle by Jack Redfern to keep it with Bishop Guertin.
Right.
First minute gone by, third quarter. Big lead on the board for the defending champs, 10-2. Up top, McGarry gets inside of Gaudreau, finds a shooter, and that one off the pipe. He's going to roll towards midfield, yeah.
That's a heck of a ground ball.
Going to stay again with BG as Jack Redfern. Here's a cry from his teammates on the bench. Meanwhile, this one gets away from Kahn and rolls into the goal for a BG score.
Hudson Schmidt right there. They left him an acre of room in front of him, and look at the juke step. He's going D1, and here's why. Everybody's got the back turn. Down we go, all the way to the island. Can't catch up with it.
Schmidt's first. Comes with just over 90 seconds gone by here in the third quarter. 11-2. Bishop Guertin's run is extended to 6 unanswered goals.
But just great recognition of the lopsided formation right there. And Huddy went to space. Nice job. Good high IQ right there. There's another win.
Meanwhile, Rourke looking good.
Real good.
Winning 2 straight by himself. Trots off the field as his team gets a clear. McLeod at midfield has a step on Santos. Santos with a back check. That one loose. Still up for grabs on the far side. Bedford's going to get to it. Good play by the freshman Clark. Long pole defender Drew Clark.
Lots of Clarks in the Bedford and Bedford DNA.
Yep.
Excellent lacrosse family.
2 minutes in, third quarter. Cardinals' ride has been impressive tonight. They make Bedford work again. Bulldogs do get the clear via the junior Bryce Durso and will slow things down on the attack.
And Durso's got to get going, but he is being D'd up by some of the best short stick D guys in the country.
Finds Matthews. No, it's Bakar, freshman.
What a hammer, huh, Nick?
Yeah. Hammer down on that one. It flies over the crossbar. It's backed up by the Bulldogs. Bakar with one of 2 Bedford goals.
Boy, Clancy is developing as a defender right there.
Meanwhile, the official is shaken up. Able to get right back on his feet. Meanwhile, Matthews swimming through a crowd of defenders there. Shot off the hip, goes wide right.
Well, he's got the whole package there. I mean, he's got the swim, then he got the toe drag, and then a jump. And Durso's got to get himself going. I really think this kid's got to get in the game. We saw him get 6 the other day at Exeter.
Cardinals have done a good job keeping the junior star out of the action. Meanwhile, Bakar zigzagging behind the net. He's got a defender on his hip. That's Ryan Baker.
Fantastic short stick defense. It is an art form here.
One of the senior leaders for the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Matthews off balance. That one kicked away by Feliciano.
And you saw Steinbrook. He got top side of that pick right there. And his athleticism. He's a terrific athlete, multidiscipline. And that's what kept him in that play right there.
3 minutes in, third quarter. Bishop Guertin's halftime lead has grown. It's 11-2 Cardinals. Sun setting here in southern New Hampshire. Lights are on and becoming more and more necessary.
Boy, ball pressure and just
that's Dunsmore on him like a cheap suit, and the flag finally flies. Rubin able to shield the ball there despite some contact. We've got a penalty against the Cardinals.
I guess this was a hold. Yeah.
It's the third penalty tonight against the home team. Bedford already cashed in on one EMO. It was back in the first quarter. Dunsmore takes a knee in the box. And Bishop Guertin's defense is going to be shorthanded here for the next 30 seconds.
And have you been watching? Cam Hayden is still shaken up down there. He's done for the night.
He has not returned since late in the first quarter. Meanwhile, this one intercepted. Guess who? Tyler McLeod. McLeod, though, yep. Lost his footing and the ball. Matthews takes over. Bedford still got some time here. Closing seconds of the EMO. On the wing, Durso fakes the shot. Closed out well there by Thomas Clancy. And now Matthews with a step-down zinger. That one, I think, was wide.
It was wide.
Zeman has the inside track on the loose ball, but cannot come up with it. Lost his pole. Meanwhile, shot from Matthews. Set aside by Feliciano.
That's a heck of a save.
The senior starting to get hot in the cage. Back to even strength. The freshman puts it on net. Drew Pascalis, and we get a whistle.
And we get flag on the field, too.
Back-to-back saves by Feliciano. But again, a penalty. Cardinals just killed one off. And we get an unnecessary roughness call again against Bishop Guertin. This one is against Steinbrook. Fourth Cardinal team penalty tonight in the second of the quarter.
There are some penalties for the Cardinals right now. Yeah, their game is looking good, but that's going to drive the Camerons crazy, and Luke Soames in particular, their D coordinator, who's my buddy, and we coach together.
Bakar up top, Matthews. Durso's going to step down, whips it. Shoulder high save by Feliciano.
Jonah is really seeing the ball right now very well. Lots of time to chew up here, though.
McLeod, McGarry skips it. Shot is wide.
And there's that wing-to-wing passing I was talking about, Nick. It's just laser precise.
Tough angle for King. Ends up out of play. Meanwhile, the Steinbrook penalty still has 30 seconds remaining. So, again, the Cardinals are shorthanded here. Trying to play keep away and kill off the penalty.
Remember last time they had that 2-minute kill, and they went on offense.
Right.
For real.
Right.
I don't think they'll do that this time.
Here's Sean McGarry. He's got a hat trick in the game. He's going to slow things down here.
Yeah, he's 33 yards away from the goal. He's going to chew this clock down, Nick.
Yep. And we are now back to even strength. Warren is going to join the fray for the Cardinals. Nearing the midway point, third quarter.
Oh,
McGarry falls down. Yep.
That's 2 in a row.
Ground ball goes to Gaudreau for Bedford. 2 bounces later and ends up with his teammate Santos, and the junior looks over his shoulder and slows down on the near wing. Now the long pole trying to escape a slide. Short pass to Bakar. We're at even strength here, and you can see the Cardinal bench very loud. Bakar still with it. Now wants a one-on-one. The defender welcomes the challenge. That's Finn Murphy.
And you've got Steinbrook on, Steinbrook right now on Matthews. 13 on 13. Great athletes.
Durso looks backdoor. Bakar not quite ready. Ball ends up with the goaltender, Feliciano.
That was a nice ground ball in traffic.
Feliciano out of the cage. Long outlet. Got a man wide open. It's Drew Redfern.
They got numbers, 4 on 3.
Redfern to his right. King finds a man on the doorstep, and it's Jack Redfern who goes tumbling down after scoring the Cardinal goal. Second one for the sophomore. Again, he entertains the bench with that Superman impression, and we've got ourselves a 12-2 game now as BG scores 7 straight.
Well, and it all started with the beautiful look by Jonah Feliciano that to a waiting teammate at the midfield. Nobody marked up. Nobody got out of the formation for Bedford. 4 on 3. It was like a true fast break right there. Tic-tac goal. That's exactly how you draw it up.
So 5 unanswered by the Cardinals in the second quarter. 2 more since halftime here in the third. And Bedford's in trouble, down 10 in the second half. Meanwhile, nice job by Abendroth to keep his balance there and secure the possession for Bedford. Matthews now going to take over deep on the far wing. Coming up in 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Been a fast-moving game here. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks in a showdown between 2 Division I powers. It's been the defending champion Bishop Guertin in control here tonight and enjoying their largest lead right now at 12-2. Here's Rubin, nearly slipped. The long pole breathing down his neck. Clancy forces him to give it up.
Clancy's evolution is fantastic.
This pass challenged, ball knocked away. And again, Cardinals going to flip the field. Pass near side, McGarry barely keeps his balance. Swooping around on the near wing is Jack Redfern. Coach Cameron raising his right hand, giving the play. As the personnel trying to get set here for the home team.
Terrific defense by the Cardinals on that entire sequence. Body positioning, excellent. Off-ball position, excellent. And then everybody goes for ground balls with this club.
Looks like this is that second midfield line, Rich, you had your eye on in the first half. Here's a kid who scored. That's Paquette. Goes low, but there's Wand, or Kahn, who waves the wand, makes the save below the knee. His 11th stop of the game.
It's good, but it's meaningful reps. As I keep propounding, it is depth as you get to tournament time. Beautiful strip right there by Baker.
Strip and recovery by the senior midi. Ryan Baker going to keep it himself. Comes up the middle, avoids a swipe. Completes the clear. Fires a low pass to his right, which ends up on the ground, intended for King. King is helped out, though, by the sophomore Jack Redfern, who eludes 2 Bedford defenders behind the cage, and now McGarry once again pumping the brakes on the near wing.
And, Nick, this is huge. I've got unofficial, obviously. I'm trying to my best. 27-15 ground balls in favor of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That tells a lot.
Yeah, nearly doubled Bedford in that ground ball category in the first half, 21-11, and that margin has grown here in the third quarter. Meanwhile, step-down shot whizzes wide there from Jack Redfern.
High to high. Kahn was going to save that no matter what.
Inside of 3 minutes to go, third quarter. BG threatening to add another. King.
Show he's not all lefty.
Didn't have a whole lot of room on that shot. Will Frongillo, the junior, in his face there for Bedford.
Yeah. King's going to apply his trade up at Lemoyne, and they're getting a good one right there.
Scored the opening goal tonight. Added a second later in that first half. Meanwhile, King is knocked down here. Ball ends up scooped up in the crease by Kahn. Bedford able to force a turnover there.
Good D, but, that's one where if you're carrying the ball at GLE and you got that slide coming in from the crease, just get out of dodge. Go to the corner, hit the reset switch. Better we have it than they have it.
And well, this pass off target, rolling to the corner. Matthews is there. Now Matthews against Steinbrook. Hits the gas, stops, spins behind the net, draws a slide. We get a whistle and a violation. Yep. Had the left foot perhaps on the line. Turned over to the Cardinals.
And this is a good officiating crew. They're not going to miss much.
Had 3 officials today. 3 of the best.
Great look by Duaney right there coming off the field.
Final 2 minutes, third quarter. King shake and bake against Frongillo. Looks inside and he's rejected. Jack, did he step in? Yeah, he did. He got a whistle there.
So they wave off the shot, no save. Yeah,
yep,
sorry.
No save for Kahn. Right idea, though, for Bishop Guertin.
Yeah, it was a great look inside. Just keep going there. That happens. It's just part of the game. The thing is, and you and I get to talk about it a lot, create good looks and keep it going.
Yeah. Final 100 seconds here, third quarter, and that BG ride produces another Bedford turnover. Zeman with the ground ball. Long pole defender hooks up with another pole. That's McLeod. McLeod gets it right back. Thought about it. Instead, he's got a shooter near the cage. Redfern swallowed up by Kahn.
More high to high. Kahn is just, he's too quick up top to go high to high.
A dozen saves for the Bedford veteran senior. You can hear the Cardinals student section here at Stello Stadium cheering on the ride. That's a nifty spin move by Bakar, the freshman. Lowers the shoulder. Bakar to the cage. Shot sent back. Feliciano, another stop. He's having a big third quarter for the Cardinals. He's kept Bedford off the board since the first quarter. We're in the final minute here of the third. Still 12-2 Bishop Guertin. Cardinals clear out of their own end and work right to left here.
Doesn't go in the scoreboard, Nick, but the long passing right now for BG, the field vision, long passing, pinpoint accuracy on those long passes, that is diabolical. If you can clear like that, other teams are going to have a real problem on pressure rides.
And outside of the opening minutes, it's been consistent, clear-wise for
totally
Bishop Guertin.
Consistent. I'd say the team is in rhythm.
Final 20 seconds here. BG hoping to add one more. Two men behind the cage. Swung near side. This is Isaac Stutz. Freshman attack. Stutz
beautiful
is going to beat Kahn low with a swooping shot inside of 9 seconds to go third quarter. And the Cardinal lead continues to grow. It's now 13-2.
He set him up a mile away. I mean, left, right, dodge, redodge, you name it. Go high, jab step, swim, go under, toe drag from under the goal line, and then no slide. Look at that. Swim move, getting lifted still, underneath, toe drag, and late slide. Well done, young man.
Yeah, that's Isaac Stutz.
Well, with moves like that, keep an eye on that kid, Nick.
Freshman getting a varsity goal here against Bedford. Meanwhile, Bulldogs do win the face-off. They get a long shot here. Still time on the clock. Cardinals win the foot race with just over a second remaining, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Cardinal fans showing love to the home team. Well-deserved respect here. The defending champs with a big, big lead. 13-2 over Bedford. We head to the final 12 minutes on the other side. Fourth quarter on the way. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18, spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, Bedford has run into a buzzsaw at least through 3 quarters here. Bishop Guertin, the 5-time defending Division I champions, holding an impressive 13-2 lead here as we head to the final frame, 4th quarter. The freshman has been outstanding at the faceoff X, Hugh Rourke, who has now won 11 of the 19 faceoffs for Bishop Guertin. Bulldogs, though, quickly get it back and now look to work out of their own end. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough with you live from Stello Stadium here in Nashua. Bedford facing what could be their first in-state loss of the season. Came in tonight with an 8-1 record, but fell down in this one early. BG got a hat trick in the first quarter from the Penn State commit, senior Cam Hayden. Led 5-2 after 1, then 5 more come after Hayden left the game with an apparent leg injury. Cardinals outscored the Bulldogs 5-0 in the second quarter. It was a 10-2 game at halftime. Then the run grows to ultimately 8 straight. Hudson Schmidt, Jack Redfern, Isaac Stutz in that order score in the third quarter. And that's where we are, Rich. Now a minute into the fourth, 13-2 BG.
Scoring machine lately for BG. Outscored their opponents 56-6 coming in the last 3 games. That, you're playing a couple teams that are figuring themselves out. But your thirds and your fourths are burying them.
56-6, that was coming in to tonight over the last 3 games. Meanwhile, we get a timeout here as the Cardinals sideline going to ensure the possession with their first timeout since halftime. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Find out more at nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By Beals Insurance, locations now in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit bealsinsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Come join us to build something great. Planning, architecture, construction management. Proud sponsors of their trades scholarship program. Apply now at jewettconstruction.com. Nick Anastas, Rich McDonough. BG has been in control here tonight in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, who kicked that impressive stat a moment ago, outscoring their previous 3 opponents by a combined score of 56-6. But that is not the most impressive stat of the night. Of course, the in-state win streak, which may or may not grow to 80 after tonight for Bishop Guertin. They have not lost to an in-state opponent since the 2019 state championship game against Pinkerton. Meanwhile, this one sent back, swallowed up. Kahn continues to look good in net. Hit 13 by our count. A long outlet pass hits home as well. Bedford gets the clear. Then this one contested in the high slot and taken away by the Cardinals. 2 minutes in, fourth quarter. Another transition shot. Tough angle there from McGarry. Goes low to high and out of bounds.
Well, what I like, it's 13-2, but BG, got to be whistle ready these days. Got that quick start.
Cardinals foot on the gas. Drew Redfern, tough bouncer there. In traffic, goes wide right.
They're keeping their identity, Nick. And no matter who comes in, it reminds me of old Georgetown basketball. If you're fourth string, you're playing the game, not what you feel like doing in the last 2 minutes when you have a big lead.
Any broadcast with a John Thompson reference, we approve.
Well,
Meanwhile, this kid, he's given us a performance that everyone approves of. On the Cardinals sideline, the sophomore Jack Redfern adds another on the turnaround shot there, rubs off the corner. And, Bishop Guertin continuing to build the lead here. We've now got a running clock with 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. The margin, of course, 10 or better in the second half. We trigger that running clock, and that is where we are, 14-2.
And unlike the old days, I believe still it does not reset. You don't go back to stop time.
Well, how about 3 different players with hat tricks tonight for Bishop Guertin? Sophomore Jack Redfern, senior Sean McGarry, and the senior Cam Hayden, who did it in the first quarter, has not played since.
Yeah, he's still hobbling on that thigh. He'll get his stuff back together, but, you hope he's not out for 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, we saw him trying to chase down a ground ball and kind of limp his way, or jackrabbit his way, I suppose, across the field to the home sideline. But that was in the closing minutes of the first quarter. And again, Hayden has not played since in what is becoming a BG blowout.
Finn Murphy, another short stick D. Beautiful ride right there.
Get a shot.
Not a good
That one
shot.
stays high, out right into the net of the awaiting goaltender, Ethan Kahn, who's now made 14 saves tonight unofficially. But another Bedford turnover at midfield as Rich, this BG ride continues to impress and get results.
Right, and again, I was just talking about that Georgetown reference. No matter what, so you're getting third and fourth guys coming off the bench, and they stay in that alpha or tiger ride, put the pressure. There's nothing like ball pressure, and they stay in it. They don't take off, and every man does his job at 100%.
Cardinals still looking for more here. Oh. This one came out of the stick wrong.
Yeah, Canaway. I think it was just rolling around in the stick, and when it floats to the end and you throw, your natural throwing motion, it's going to go sideways.
Meanwhile, Bedford still working hard, trying to clear out of their own end. DeJesus is taking a beating tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The bad end of a couple of big hits, but good to see him at full speed here in the fourth quarter.
It's interesting with this BG defense, a bunch of big contributors for the Bedford Bulldogs have, Nick, that just disappeared tonight.
Yeah, nothing on the stat sheet for us anyway here in the booth from Bryson Durso. We got the one EMO goal from Bennett Matthews in the first quarter.
Bakar and Pascalis, nothing. It's just been.
Bakar has the one goal.
Yeah, he had the goal, but I mean, he had 9 coming in on the season, and they haven't been heard from in the since the first quarter right there.
Well, what can you say about the BG ride, the defensive unit, the goaltending of Feliciano? I mean, it's all been in sync, and you see the results.
Suffocating. It's great film work by the crew. Luke Soames is such a poised, inspiring guy on the sidelines. He played for St. Michael's, and his defensive knowledge and the way he elevates his guys, no matter which string you're on, quote unquote, it's consistent, and you see the same product year in, year out, and they always get better during the season, Nick.
Coach Soames, the defensive coordinator, has been in the program for a long time now.
Yeah.
Including under second-year head coach Brian Cameron this season. Spin, step down, the lefty is shut down. Good effort there by Dante Dawson, the freshman midfielder, but it ends up as another save for Ethan Kahn. That's unofficially 15 as we hit the midway point of this fourth quarter. Bedford does get the clear, but ball on the ground.
And they stay in their ride. Nobody gets out of the ride, no matter what the personnel package is. And you got a backup goalie has come in. That's Jordan LeClaire. Big dude.
Yep.
I stood next to him. He is 6'4", maybe 260. He's a big kid.
He's a junior. We saw him play well earlier in the season when Bishop Guertin traveled down to Massachusetts to take on St. John's Prep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, whistle here with 5:29 to go in this fourth quarter. The officials just explained something to Coach Cameron and his staff there. Cardinals going to keep the possession.
I'd have loved to have heard his reaction.
Not sure what that was about.
Couldn't tell.
No penalty. So BG with it. They've been in control throughout the game. Scored first and never really looked back. It was 1-1 about, 4 minutes into the game. And then BG really got geared up. Hayden 3 straight. McGarry made it 4 in a row. It was a 5-2 BG lead at the first quarter, and then 5 more in the second. Bedford shut out. Meanwhile, this one, great individual effort Is that Stutz again?
It looked like his body language. It's really hard to see the numbers from this distance.
I think it's Stutz. That's his second for the freshman, both coming after halftime. 15-2 BG.
We're about a mile away from the field up here.
And that white on yellow, not the best color combination for broadcaster friendly.
Yeah, my son was in uniform for the Cardinals when they came out with these, and I couldn't see it then, and I can't see it now.
Well, it was Stutz. And again, some of those BG reserves getting an opportunity here in the second half and showing some merit. We also have another face-off man, Samson Sand, the senior Fogo, committed a violation there that gives Bedford the ball with 4 minutes to play.
Did you get a read on that Londonderry-Dover game?
We're going to save that
Okay.
for the finale. Post-game coming up, full scoreboard. See if Ben can track down that final. That's a battle between two pretty competitive Division I teams here, both, in fact, in the top 10 statewide.
Yeah, they've elevated.
After 3 weeks of play. So we'll get an update there. Meanwhile, somebody lost a stick. That's BG's Finn Murphy.
Yeah, you can't play without it.
His teammate, though, helps him out. Ground ball picked up by the long pole, and then a little miscommunication there. Pass off target and out of bounds, turned over to Bedford.
Yeah, as a coach, I've coached for 25-plus seasons. No matter what point in the game it is, it drives you bonkers with those unforced errors.
Down to 3 minutes here. Reminder, post-game coming up. Stats, highlights, analysis, full recap. And out-of-town scoreboard. That includes Londonderry versus Dover. It's coming up next.
Sorry for the unofficial preview. Good
Rubin
move.
denied.
That was his first look at the goal all night long.
First shot attempt by Kobe Rubin, the junior. Meanwhile, another Bishop Guertin goaltender is in the game. That's the freshman Mason Lalemond. Lalemond registers a save there right on the doorstep.
It's intriguing. Cole Rubin, who's got the ball right now, he had 4 goals against Hingham. Nothing tonight.
Going to try another one here and pay the price. Took a shot on the corner there. Flag on the way. This may be against senior defender Ian Lenardi. Either way, it's going to be the 5th penalty of the night against the Cardinals, coming with 2:16 to play in this fourth quarter.
It'll be interesting how they rule it. He went up high on a much smaller guy. That can influence it, and you're allowed to factor that in.
Isn't that a little case of discrimination against the bigger player? No?
In the high school ranks, yeah, it is. It is, and it's particularly in the middle school and U10 and below. But when you have a guy with 50, 60 pounds on the other player and you go up high, you're allowed to factor that in.
Okay.
If it's a dirty hit. If it's a clean hit, oh well.
We've seen some big hits either way today. It's been a physical game.
Without a doubt, 2 physical teams.
DeJesus' offering is wide from the near wing, out of play. Final 95 seconds here. And, well, Bedford not quite in position there behind the cage. This was BG ball. Yeah,
it came early in the sequence. They hadn't evolved into their the formation they wanted, so nobody was home.
Well, this one impressive tonight for Bishop Guertin. They're going to improve to 7-2, 6-0 against in-state competition. And we'll take on crosstown rival Nashua North here at Stello Stadium. Then a big one down at UMass against Staples, nationally ranked team from Connecticut, perennial power. That game's Saturday night down in Staples. Then they got Pinkerton coming up on Monday. So
major. We're doing that, aren't we?
A big stretch. Yes, we are. We will be there for that game against Pinkerton. That's our next boys game of the week coming up on Monday.
That Staples game is going to be big. I mean, I think they're ranked 7th in the public school poll this week. I'll check that out for our next broadcast. But Wreckers have a terrific program.
For Bedford, they've got an out-of-state opponent coming up at Longmeadow. That is on Saturday. Then they take on North and take on Dover. So both teams with big weeks coming up.
Longmeadow, what a history right there. My prep school coach, Nick, was a Longmeadow guy.
All right, that's going to bring us to the end of the game. Big win, a statement win perhaps, by the 5-time defending Division I champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals. They win their 80th in a row against an in-state opponent. 15-2 tonight is the final. They blow doors over Bedford and improve to now 7-2 overall. Bulldogs slip to 8-2. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and out-of-town scoreboard. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The Tomahawks prepare players to compete at the highest level, providing access to the best regional and national tournaments for maximum exposure. More than 1,000 alumni have gone on to compete at the collegiate level, including the ACC, Big Ten, Big East, Ivy, Patriot, NESCAC, NE10, and more. At the New Hampshire Tomahawks, players train with the same coaches and teammates, building elite skill, chemistry, leadership, and confidence. Every session combines high-level, position-specific instruction for all positions. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18 with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse, not just in the state, but in the country. For over 20 years, 95% of New Hampshire All-Americans have been Tomahawks. Looking to get recruited? Their directors help each athlete find the right college fit through individual guidance, strong relationships, and consistent communication with college coaches. The New Hampshire Tomahawks offer year-round training camps and leagues for ages 3 to 18 with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse.
Big win tonight for the Cardinals of Bishop Guertin, the 5-time defending Division I champs. Extend their in-state win streak to now 80 in a row. 15-2 tonight over Bedford, and jumped out on the Bulldogs early and often in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Owen King, the Lemoyne commit, had 2 goals tonight. The first one came in the first minute, 1-0 Cardinals. Bedford able to even the game on an EMO. Bennett Matthews headed to Duke, tied the game at 1 on the EMO. Then Cam Hayden, Penn State bound. 3 straight before he apparently suffered a lower leg injury late in that first quarter. Did get the hat trick, but did not return after that point. Sean McGarry extended the lead to 5-1. BG gets one late in that first quarter from freshman Dax Bakar. We have a 5-2 game after 1. Then BG really started to tighten the screws, forcing turnovers on the ride, and the attack did its thing as well. A second for McGarry. Sophomore Jack Redfern scores Owen King second, makes it 8-2. McGarry another 9-2. Jackson Warren, one of the reserves, lights the lamp. 10-2. BG big lead at halftime. Third quarter, more of the same. Hudson Schmidt, Jack Redfern, Isaac Stutz in that order. 13-2 triggers the running clock into the fourth quarter. Redfern completes the hat trick to make it 14-2, and Stutz adds a second. 15-2, the final 4:30 was scoreless, and that is where we end up. BG improves to 7-2 overall, 6-0 against in-state opponents, takes on Nashua North in this building their next time out. Bedford looks to rebound out of state at Longmeadow coming up on, what day is that? Saturday.
Yeah,
Bedford now 8-2 overall after suffering their first in-state loss.
Yeah, statement game. We exited our main part of our broadcast at the end of the game with your statement that it was a statement game, and truer words were never spoken. You know, sure, Bedford's dinged up, but they showed us something. They showed us some terrific play against Exeter, at Exeter the other day, and just an impressive display. Nick, we got to talk off camera, you know, between this moment and the end of the game. Suffocating interior def from Bishop Guertin. They neutralized the other players, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, you can focus on Matthews, Steinbrook, who's a great athlete, turn him down, but everybody else was neutralized. Consequently, nobody could get in the play and balance out anything. 10 straight goals. That says that is a major statement. Other
scores tonight. Talked a lot about that Londonderry-Dover game. That was a game won by Londonderry 13-12. Both of those two in the bottom half of the top 10 media poll. Londonderry playing well lately. They get a win 13-12 over Dover tonight. Keene with a big win as they beat Memorial and Central 16-4. Final score there. And Exeter holds off Merrimack. That one close, though. 11-8 is the final. The Blue Hawks with the victory over the Tomahawks, and down in Division II. No problem for St. Thomas as they beat up on Pembroke 17-4. Rich, your final thoughts?
Well, Merrimack over there, good win. They beat South the other day, and you know, things are growing right there. Final thoughts: our BG is ranked number 1 for good reason. They play opponents that elevate their players early on. They learn the nuances of the game as well as anybody. That gives them a chance to grow as players, and we're seeing it. By the middle of the year, they are in mid-season form, and that's why they start. Even though they don't get seeded first because of out-of-state losses, they end up in a really good position mentally, physically, and then schematically their game goes up to the next level by the time we hit tournament time, Nick.
Got a big broadcast tomorrow. Bedford, BG on the girls' side. That one at Bulldog Stadium at 5:30. We're on the air at about 5:15. As two Division I powers collide on the girls' side. Again, 5:30 tomorrow. Bishop Guertin at Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Want to thank the field crew here in Nashua. Big assistance to us, helping to get the setup off the ground before the game, so we appreciate it, as usual. I want to thank the Bishop Guertin Athletic Director as well, Ryan Brown, for arranging the game time. And, of course, got to thank the sponsors. That's our biggest supporters. Of course, our presenting sponsor, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, and Jewett Construction. For our team here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, including our dual videographers, Matt Beals, Kristen Beals. Another bang-up job today. Of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly once again by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals, our director, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For executive producer Steve Beals, my partner Rich McDonough, and for my mother, whose birthday it was today, the original Friday Night Lights New Hampshire subscriber. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday to you.
My name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time, Bishop Guertin 15, Bedford 2. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.